All right, so this is the Fit Tips with Austin and Allison, and this is our first video on our YouTube, and we're gonna get into it, right into it, and the first is cardio versus no cardio.
And our viewpoints on cardio versus no cardio.
And our viewpoints on cardio versus no cardio. So, let me just go off of how I feel about cardio, and then she's gonna go and talk about her viewpoints on cardio, and then kind of how we both tackle it as a team, right? As a team. So, here's my thing on cardio, right? I hate it. I don't like it. I don't do it really because I don't like walking. I don't like walking. I don't like running. I don't like doing anything that has to deal with me moving, really.
But you can pedal a bike, a stationary bike.
But biking is fire. So like if I'm stationary and it's a bike, then that's okay. So like if I'm at the gym and I have to wait for her to do her cardio thing, I'm gonna go on the bike machine and I'm gonna leisurely stroll while watching YouTube videos because that's awesome. I mean, my whole thing is because I'm naturally skinny. I went from like 150 to, well, now to 210. But in the beginning of my fitness journey, I went from 150 to about 200 in the span of like 5 months. Since then, I've just been on a perpetual bulk with small cuts. And so my whole thing is with cardio, I don't want to lose my muscle gains. And I know that that's what it can do. And so that's kind of where I'm at with it. How do you feel about cardio?
What do you do in replace of cardio?
In replacement of cardio, I will either play basketball because basketball's fun and it's not just walking in one direction. And then also I will, that's it. Unless you mean other things.
Austin, you can't put that on there. I have to edit that out.
Dang it. All right. What are your viewpoints on cardio?
I don't hate it or enjoy it. When I first started my fitness journey, I thought that I needed to do cardio in order to lose weight. He wants to gain weight, I want to lose weight. And I felt that I needed to sweat, I needed to burn like calories faster, and so I thought like running, long walks were like the answer. And so growing up, I would run, even though I'm not a runner, it hurt my knees. So I needed to find an alternative. People told me to do the elliptical, which is a little bit more enjoyable, but it's still a lot of work and not that enjoyable. So I lost most of my weight when I wasn't doing regular cardio or your typical cardio, which is running, constant walking, hours on the elliptical, whatever it may be.
So then what is the non-typical cardio that made you lose more weight?
I learned that up-down movements is good to increase your heart rate. So running will increase your heart rate, but it's not the only option for that. So up-down movements, such as like squat jumps or mountain climbers, even though it's not an up-down movement, but it's getting your heart rate up and it's stationary.
Twerking is up and down.
I guess if you're into that. Dancing, doing something fun, playing fetch with your dog in the backyard, running around with him. There's other things you can do besides running that might be a little bit more enjoyable. Hula hooping, jump roping, maybe just a leisurely walk, nothing like super strenuous or long. Jumping jacks.
Now granted, you are, with all this being said, then you are extremely disciplined because you still do walk twice a day, considering the fact that, there are other funner ways to do cardio.
Well, I definitely don't run anymore.
And fun is not a word. More fun.
I definitely don't run anymore because it was so bad for my knees. But the walking is more so just like mental for me. Helps with like my personal issues, I guess. Or like, obviously I have a dog and he needs exercise. So
We have a dog and he doesn't need exercise.
it's more so, I guess, for him. But it's still just like the mental thing. I like to listen to podcasts. It's my alone time. Again, walking isn't like super strenuous. I live in Arizona, so it's nice year round. So it's just something that I just have always enjoyed doing. And I don't walk for like 10 miles a day. I don't walk for hours on end. It's usually a quick like 2-mile walk, 30-minute walk, a mile, down to the street and back, or the end of the road and back. So nothing like super crazy, but I focus more on the stationary cardio, getting my heart rates up.
Stationary cardio. See,
Not riding a bicycle.
There's so many options. Okay, well, wait a minute. Okay, don't knock on bicycles. Okay, so I mean, I don't own a bike, and I will if I did. I would do that. I would absolutely ride a bike. Riding bikes is fun. So, anyways, so yeah, that's how kind of we both individually view cardio. Cardio is important. I'm not saying that it doesn't have a place, at least in my workout regimen and in my fitness journey. Okay, especially when I'm cutting, I definitely try to get in some cardio. Definitely playing basketball, because one can argue if you play a certain way, you could be doing you could hit, yeah, which is high intensity interval training. If I'm just spurting, sometimes if I'm in cutting mode, I will straight up play basketball just to hit, and I'll just like start just sprinting. I'll think of a reason while I'm on the court to just sprint, and that hits what I need to hit. I mean, but that's like, I mean, that's not real hit, but it's a part of it. And you know, at the end of the day, it burns calories, and so when you're in a if you're trying to be in a calorie deficit, that helps. So, and then if you're bulking, you can also do cardio because it helps with your heart. It helps with heart health, and so it's still important. You always want to have good heart health. You know what I mean? Heart health. Your heart has to be nice. That's like the second most important part of your body, fam. Without your heart, what are you, fam? Are you kidding me?
Okay, so if you've ever been told that you have to do cardio either to lose weight, be skinny, feel fit, that's not the truth. There's a lot of other ways that you can do that. And we may or may not discuss that in a future episode if you come back and watch.
So the main thing here is cardio necessary? Yeah, depends on who you ask and what your goal is. Wait, but we haven't talked about what we do as a couple for cardio. We will hike, and see, hiking is fun because I like the scenery. See, I hike for the adventure. I like that.
He also complains during it all.
The entire time. The whole time. But I don't regret it when we're done. and then we sometimes go for walks. When we walk it, when I decide to accompany you,
I have to
when
bribe
we walk
him with something, or just beg.
Yeah.
Usually he'll come, and then it cuts short. It's only a mile versus like 2 miles. Sometimes I trick him into like going a little bit further. But
She'll tell me like, "Oh, we're only gonna go for a little bit," and then when we get to that little bit, she's like, "Oh wait, hold on, we're gonna go a little bit longer," and then all of a sudden I realize, oh, this is a regular route. And at that point, it's too late.
Do what you gotta do.
I get bamboozled. All right, so anyway, so that's our first topic, cardio. So, you know, if you like this topic, go on ahead and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button that's down under us and stuff. Yeah, and do that. And then in order to be updated on new topics that we, the Fit Fam, I don't know what we're going to call ourselves yet, but what we are all about.
And you can find us on Instagram as well. I have a fitness page, and Allison also has a fitness page. Mine is allison.ray.fitness.
And mine is Austin, aka Ace. Or you can also follow my music channel. But we're not going to get into that because that's not what this is.